Hi, my name is Eduardo dela Iglesia, and I want to invite you to join me to discover a little bit about the soundtrack of the game Call of the Sea. Usually, in the games I'm involved, I compose the main theme in the first place, because I want to give the game an identity with it, and from there I start to compose the rest of the soundtrack. In this theme, you can listen mainly to a string orchestra with 3 solo instruments, the violin, the flute and the cello. They will play this main melody through the other themes, interacting with other melodies, like the main character ones or the different places of the game. To compose this theme, I was inspired mainly by the love story of the game, the relationship between Nora and her missing husband Harry, and also all the adventures and mysteries she will have to face to find out why he has disappeared. My reference composer for this project, and mainly all my projects, are John Williams, Jerry Goldsmith, Basil Polidouris. These composers are related to classic adventure films, and that music gave me the mood of what I wanted to tell with to the listener, so he can figure out what Nora is feeling in every moment of the game. Of course, I want to mention my wife Esther, because if you are in love, it's easier as a composer to tell with your music a love story. One of the themes that is related to Nora is the music box theme. There are 4 groups of notes with 5 notes each one, and the last one has the same 5 notes in the beginning, making a melody that is very important to Nora because these notes represents her past. This melody is revealed in game when Nora discovers her true self. With this in mind, I ask myself, how can I make a complementary melody to describe Harry? And inspired by those heart-shaped pendants that are divided into two pieces, I realized that these 2 pieces are like a mirror. And in composition, there's a technique called negative melody. This technique has been used by a lot of composers like Rachmaninoff. His theme, Rhapsody from a Theme by Paganini, follows this theory, and the 24th Caprice for Paganini will be the mirror. The first 5 notes of the melody from the music box theme are D, A, F, G, and E. So, starting with the first note, the D, To play the A below, there are 5 semitones. So in the negative melody, starting with the same note, instead of going down 5 semitones, I go up 5 semitones. So I get the G. The next note in the music box theme, the A is the F above. So there are 8 semitones with the negative melody. From the G in the Harris theme, I go down 8 semitones. Following this technique with all the notes, I get Harris theme that it's called Professor Eberhard. Since Nora is so important to Harry and Harry is so important to Nora, I find this heart-shaped pendant structure is a very unique way to compose a different theme, but at the same time keeping it completely intertwined with another one, giving a backstory to the music. This is one of the musical themes that is more dynamic. It's an adventure music that follows a spectacular moment where the character travels discovering secret and precious places on the island. That's why it has more movement in the strings and woodwinds making scales up and down, pizzicatos in the basses. It's like a valse feeling because in this particular theme you're always moving. At the beginning of the music, you can hear a voice of a woman singing, and I knew a soprano here in Spain with an incredible voice called Aida Briceño. So I called her and I told that I needed a little piece of the voice of a soprano for a theme I composed for a video game. And she agreed because she never sang for anything like this, and I loved the result. So I gave her 2 tracks, one with the MIDI voice and a click in the background to get the exact rhythm of the track, and another one with only the click. She recorded a lot of takes because she's very perfectionist, and the difficulty in this passage is that the highest note has no places to breathe and to prepare her to reach this note. Anyway, as I said before, I love the result. This track is an emotional music passage related to the final plot of the game. The solo violin is the main voice of the track, playing an emotive melody with a string orchestra in the background. Then the harp enters and repeats part of this melody to give a laconic mood to the theme. The strings play a music related to the scenario where all these events happens. So if you listen carefully, the entire soundtrack, it's all connected and everything makes sense. So I hope you enjoy listening to these themes now that you know a little bit about its backstory and the inspiration behind it, following Nora and her search for her husband Harry.